FLOSSTUBE, welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and I'm the Lancashire Stitcher. Today is Sunday the 11th of September 2022 and this is FLOSSTUBE number 53. If you're new here, welcome. This is a channel mainly about cross stitch, but I do include other crafts sometimes, and I also talk about the walks I've been on recently. If you're returning, welcome back. It's lovely to be chatting with you all again. As you can see, I'm somewhere different. I'm house sitting and pet sitting for a friend I'm close to Coventry. And yeah, so I've got two dogs that you might hear wandering around and the odd bark, but hopefully they'll behave themselves. So yeah, thank you for all the comments about my cough last video. It is better. I do still keep getting a scratchy throat, so I might have to cough slightly sometimes, but generally it's a lot better than it was, so thanks for that. Okay, let's get started. Now, I've not got my things organised like I normally do. I do have a pile of things here, but they're not already opened out, ready for me to just pick up and show, so some things I'll have to unfold, and I don't have anything to back things with, but it's not sunny today, so hopefully it won't be too bad. So I have a couple of finishes. My first finish is my Mill Hill Monday piece, which is Snowman with Cocoa. Oh, you can see the beads. Those beads are brilliant. They're really nice. Bring it out really well. So yeah, I'm really happy I've got that finished. So that's my Mill Hill Monday piece. Look at those beads, sparkly beads. I do have a new Mill Hill Monday piece that I'll show later on. I've not started it yet, but I'll show what I'm going to work on from tomorrow. So there we go. It is rather warm today, and I've closed the window because, yeah, I don't really want people to hear me because it opens out onto the street, so yeah. My other finish is my Hummingbird coaster by MCG Textiles. And I've already put it onto the cork board. It was sticky, it keeps coming up slightly, so I think when I go home I might just glue it on, and then it's stuck on properly, and then it needs gluing into the coaster that I got with it. But yeah, I do like that. Such a cute design. So yeah, and that was one of my letters of the month pieces for this month, so that's finished. Yay! That had been in my whip box for quite a few years, so I'm glad to get that finished. And on to my whips. I do have a few whips, and you know, I've got a few. It's not too many, but yeah. While I'm here, I'm doing quite a lot of stitching because I can do a lot of stitching while I'm here, and I'm using the Tiny Decisions app to pick what I'm stitching on every day. Obviously on Wednesday and Sunday I'm stitching my mirrors that I normally stitch on, but I am stitching on other things as well. I brought quite a few. I think I was talking to somebody yesterday and I said I brought 15 things with me to stitch on. So yeah, then I've got a choice really. So the first one, as usual, is my Lady of the Flag by Mirabilia. Stitch on this on Sundays, so she will be stitched on later on today. And as I said, I've no backing board, so oh, it's okay. There we go. So the flag is now completely finished except for beads, and I've also started on the dress over here, so I've done the dark brown over here. So yeah, there she is. This fabric is 32 count Hurricane Murano Ligana by Pole Stitches. So yeah, there we go. That's that one. And then my next one is Royal Holiday by Mirabilia. Normally stitch on this on a Wednesday, and I'm stitching along as part of the USNZ Royal Holiday SAL, along with Globetrotting Stitcher Amy, who's finished it, Sarah Stitch Addict, who's also finished it, Nancy Duquette, Kate the Scottish Stitcher, and Andreas. And the links to all these people are down below. And she's a bit creased up because she's been in the bag. Let's do a bit of folding fabric. There we go. So, as you can see, I've been working at the bottom there of a dress. I've done the cry neck on the little flap there. There's the dog barking again. But yeah, I'm really impressed with her. Shh. And yeah, really happy with how she's coming along. This fabric is 32 count Dusky Rose Murano Oregano by Pole Stitches. There we go. She gets stitched on Wednesdays. My next one is When Life Is Done by Silver Creek Samplers. I started this on the 1st anniversary of my dad's passing. And shh, there's nobody there. That is what I've got done. So all the words are now done. I just have the bottom to finish off. This fabric was a grab bag piece of Pole Stitches fabric. So yeah, I do like this. The only change I did was the birds. The birds were cardinals on the chart. I changed them to robins. So, yeah. I'm using all the called for threads too, which is DMC, and then there's some Gentle Arts and some Weeks Dye Works. My next one is Stitch All the Things by Erica Michaels, and I'm stitching the pillow. So yeah, this is my travel piece, but it doesn't get stitched on very much at the moment because yeah, I don't work in the library as much as I was doing, so blue threads. That is what I've got done. So since the last time you saw it, I've stitched and then I've started on things. Well, there we go. This is being stitched using all the called for colours, and this fabric is 32 count antique white Belfast linen by Zweigart, I think. There we go. And then my next one, I don't have a picture for it. I've lost the chart. I've got a working copy for it, but I don't have the actual chart, so I don't have the picture. So I'll put a picture up. This is Gone Fishing by Heritage. So I've been stitching all this. It's black and another colour blended together for the tree in the foreground. So yeah, it's one of the silhouettes designs. The chart will be somewhere at home. I'll find it probably when I've got it framed and finished. But yeah. My next one, that was I swapped the fabric out for that as well. The chart, it came with 14 count Ada, and I just I've just done it on 32 count white. Shh! Oi! Come on! Noisy dogs. So yeah, come on! Good boy. And the next one is Girls Night Out by Just Another Button Company. This is my other Letters of the Month piece for this month. And it's still in the Q-snap because I've not finished stitching on it, but I've virtually done what my goal was. There's my progress. My goal was to finish A Witch and a Bike, which is virtually done. I think I've got some French knots for her eyes to do. That's as much as I need to do. But then I've also done this flag, and I've started on the moon at the back. So you'll see on there. So you can see there, you can got the moon. So yeah, I'm going to do the moon, and then that'll be it for this month. This fabric, it came with the chart. I got it from Nimble Thimble. I'm assuming it's the call for 30 count lilac from Weeks Dye Works. So yeah, that's my progress on that one. And my last whip is Quiet Place by Puntini. I took this with me yesterday. I went to London yesterday, which I'll talk about later. And I took this with me, but I think I stitched all of 12 stitches while I was in London. And then I did a little bit more last night, but I was tired last night. So, yeah, it didn't get a lot of love on it, but hopefully I'll get to stitch on it again soon. So that is what I've got done. So I've been stitching these leaves on the tree. So when I was in London, I only stitched about 3 leaves, and then I did the rest last night. So yeah, this fabric, I got it from a stall at the Mirabilia retreat in April. So I'm not sure what it is. It's a nice light green colour, which I thought was perfect for this. So there we go. This is still in the thing because I only worked on it last night and I've not took it out yet. There we go. Quiet Place by Puntini. There we go. So that's all my whips. As I said, I've been stitching on more things because I'm stitching on something different every day while I'm here. Wow, right. I'll do the new Mill Hill kit and then I'll say who the giveaway winner is. So from tomorrow, my new Mill Hill kit will be, this one, which is To All a Good Night, a Visit from St Nick Quartet piece. It's a different sort of, it's actually on fabric, this one. It's not on perforated paper, it's on fabric. So yeah, something different. So that's my new Mill Hill kit that I've chosen to start. There we go. Right, giveaway. I've not brought the chart with me that I was giving away in my last video, but it was the Sunflower Patchwork by Shannon Christine Designs. And the winner is Creatissima Christine. So congratulations. If you message me or email me, all the information's down below in the description box, and I'll get it in the post to you once I'm home, as in after next weekend. Okay, so yeah, let me know as soon as you see this, and I'll sort it out when I go home. I don't have a giveaway this time. I've not brought anything with me to give away. I'll do a giveaway on my next video. I might do 2 next time just to make up for not doing one this time. Okay, so walks. Since my last video, I've done 2 walks. I did a rail ramble, which was the day after I did my last video. Basically, you got the train. I got the train to Ribblehead, where the viaduct is. I'll be putting pictures up as I'm talking about this. You might remember the viaduct. When I walked up Whernside a while ago, we started from the viaduct. So we got the train to Ribblehead, and then we got a coach to Hawes, Hawes, Hawes in Yorkshire. And we set off walking, and it was a really humid day. It was horrible. It was, you know, we're walking up quite steep hills, and it was just, sweat was just pouring off everyone, not just me, but I think I was probably worse than everybody else. But yeah, it was just a horrible humid day, but the walk was really nice. We ended up cutting the walk short because we were meant to walk in a circular route back to Hawes, but it was getting where we wouldn't be back in time to get the coach back, so we ended up going to a different place, the name of which completely has gone out of my head, so I'll put it at the bottom of the screen here. And we'd walked 9.5 miles, so I think if we had gone back to Hawes, we'd have ended up doing maybe 11.5 miles. So yeah, it was a lovely walk. I got to meet some new people because I hadn't done the rail rambles before. Basically why I did it was my husband was on a golf weekend. He'd gone away on a golf weekend, and he needed the car, so I couldn't go on any of the usual group walks I go on. So yeah, I decided to go on this rail ramble, and it was really nice. So I'm hoping to do some more in the future. But the one that I went on that time, they've finished next weekend, and I'm not there, so I can't do them. They only do them from, I think it's March to September, so I'm hoping to go on 1 or 2 more next time. But yeah, it was really nice. And then on Monday, while I've been here, I did a walk from where I am, which is Nuneaton, just outside Coventry, and I walked to Atherstone, which is a village, and the actual walk from here was 7 3/4 miles, and then I had a look round Atherstone, and I got the train back, and then I walked 3/4 of a mile back here from the train station. So altogether I walked 8.5 miles, and it was really nice. It was a flat walk, so I had a good pace. I think I was walking just over 3 miles an hour, which when I'm on normal walks, you're usually walking about, when you're with a group, you're usually walking maybe 2.5 miles an hour, because you're stopping for letting people get over stiles, you're stopping for breaks and things. Where on Monday I just walked. I didn't really stop. I went by a few little villages, and then I also went to a place called Manchester, which used to be a Roman settlement. There was no evidence of it, but there were signs telling you about it. So I did take some pictures, so I've put those up. That was a really nice walk. But yeah, it was actually a nice day. It wasn't too sunny, it was quite cloudy, there was a nice breeze generally. So yeah, it was a lovely walk. And that's all the walks I've done recently. I'm hoping to go on another walk during the week next week while I'm still here. But I have been walking in other, around towns and things, so it's not like I've not been walking, it's just I haven't done a country walk. So yeah. Now, while I've been down here, I asked if anybody would like to meet, and 2 of my friends asked if they could meet me in London. So yesterday I got the train to London. I didn't go into the centre of London. Obviously, with what's happened this week, a lot of people are heading to London. The train down to London was absolutely jam-packed. I ended up having to stand up for an hour and a half on the train because it was so busy. But I didn't really want to go into the centre of London because I don't do crowds. I struggle when I'm in a crowd. Anyway, my friends decided, I'd already asked if there were any sort of like shops we could go to, like craft shops. So they decided we'd have a look around North London. I met up with Faye, who's Fairy Floss on Flosstube, and Gretchen, who's abroad on Instagram. So I'll put links to those people down below. I met them at one of the Mirabilia retreats. So I know them from the retreats. And it was a lovely day. We went to a couple of yarn shops, and we went to a fabric shop. I bought some bits of fabric, some fat quarters, backing fabrics, not stitching fabrics. The yarn shops were very designer type yarns. They weren't your normal style craft or Serdai yarns. They were your expensive designer brands. I didn't buy any because I wouldn't know what to do with it anyway. But yeah, it was nice. We went to Angel Islington. We went to Camden Passage, which is it's in Angel, but it's what I call a back alley. It was like houses round the back of the main high street, and there was an antiques fair going on, so we had a look around there. And then we got the bus to Muswell Hill, and we had lunch at a place called the Crocodile Cafe, which was really nice, and we actually sat and did some stitching while we were there. So it was nice. It was a lovely day. It was the first time I'd ever been on a London bus. Every time I've been to London in the past, it's just been the tube. Never got on a London bus. So, and yesterday I think I got on 3 or 4. So yeah, it was nice. It was a lovely day. The weather was fine. It looked like it was going to rain once or twice, but it didn't rain. So yeah, it was nice. But it was lovely meeting up with Faye and Gretchen. And then other things I've done while I've been here, I got the train to Coventry the other day, which was a bit odd because when I left here, I walked down to the train station. Like I say, it's 3/4 of a mile. I walked to the station. It was fine here. It was lovely. You know, it was a bit cloudy, but it was fine. And I got the train to Coventry, and as we were heading into the centre of Coventry on the train, it just started raining, and it was hammering it down, as in it was absolutely pouring with rain. And I got off the train and I got to the entrance of the train station, and people were stood under shelter because the rain was just bouncing on the floor. It was, you know, there was like a pond on the floor, and I just thought, well, I'm only here for an hour or two, so I need to move. So I had my umbrella with me, so I had my umbrella, and I walked through towards the city centre. I saw the Lady Godiva statue. If you don't know about the history of Lady Godiva, she rode naked on a horse through Coventry. And then I walked round to Coventry Cathedral, which is just basically a shell now. They've built a new one next to it. But I couldn't really have a proper look round it because, like I say, it was pouring down with rain. So I took a few pictures, and then I walked towards the centre where the shops were and got some lunch and had a look round the shops. And then I basically went back to the train station, got back on the train and headed back to Nuneaton. And all the time I was in Coventry, it was hammering it down with rain. And I got off the train in Nuneaton and there was no rain. So yeah, it was just one of those days. So yeah, it was really odd. But yeah, it was nice to go to Coventry. I've also walked into Nuneaton itself on one day, because I've been to Nuneaton before but never actually been in the centre or anything, not had a proper look round. So I had a look round then, and that was nice. I'm hoping to go to Birmingham on Tuesday to meet someone. And then Yesterday Faye suggested I go to Leamington Spa, so I'm thinking about going to Leamington Spa later in the week. So it's just nice because I'm somewhere different and I'm going to places that I've not been to before. And I've actually got an Uber taxi several times now. I've never used Uber before because where I live, they're not there at the moment. Or, you know, they're slowly bringing them in, but it's not as popular as it is further south and in cities and things. So yeah, there's been a couple of times that I've got an Uber, and it's just so nice because you can see when they're going to arrive, you can see who the driver is, you can see the registration number of the car that's coming for you. So it's just so much better, you know. So yeah, I'm getting all excited about getting an Uber taxi. I know it's odd, but yeah, when you live somewhere that doesn't have these things, it's nice. So yeah, it's just been a nice week. The dogs are interesting, but yeah, it's just nice. They're lovely dogs. They are lovely. It's just sometimes they just get a bit silly, and yeah. So yeah, that's been basically it for now. So I'm here for another week, and then I go home, back to normal life, back to reality. So I think I did bring my crochet with me, but I've not worked on it. I've not done anything on it. I've just been stitching. And then, yeah, I think that's it for now. Like I say, I'll do giveaways in my next video. And my next video will be the 24th or 25th of September, when I'll probably have more stitching to show you that I've done while I'm here. So yeah, I think that's it for now. So have a good 2 weeks. Look after yourselves and those you love. Be kind always, and happy stitching. Bye for now.